Good morning, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday morning, March 7th. Looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and NQ. First off, I will not be here tomorrow, so there'll be no videos tomorrow morning or evening. Okay, don't forget you have non-farm payroll tomorrow. Powell speaks again or testifies again at 10. Yesterday, his prepared remarks were released early, it looked like. So keep an eye for that. If not, they come out at 10 o'clock before his testimony begins. I can't imagine it's going to be anything different from yesterday, right? He keeps hemming and hawing about rate cuts, but this market, I think, is firmly entrenched in believing there will be rate cuts, specifically 3 of them. So it would get very interesting as the year went by if that didn't come to fruition. Just keep that in mind. Overnight, they tried to push lower early, as you can see. We traded below yesterday's low in both ES and Q. NQ got down pretty good, but look where we are now. 70 minutes, 70 minutes prior to the opening. We're trading not far from yesterday's highs, where ES just missed filling the gap, and then there's not much to the all-time high. NQ would have a little more work to do. Righty also took out yesterday's low in the overnight, but they're now back at their wide point of control. So, again, a market imbalance is a market waiting for more market-generated information, and you get tremendous chop inside of it. Look at this overnight. This is a beautiful example right here in the overnight how choppy it was. So balance rules will be in effect if we take out yesterday's high and start nearing the all-time high in both ES and NQ, right? We said even though the bulls didn't do a good job once they were up here, neither did the sellers, right? Neither did the sellers. The sellers pushed here for over 2 hours and never made a new low. You could sense that. So, again, even though yesterday's high and low aren't the balance highs or low, I feel they're very important because I think if we take out today's high, there's a very good chance we will go test the balance high and maybe try to break through it. And on the flip side, if we take out today's low, then maybe we failed up at that upper range of the balance and we start rolling over. So that's why I think yesterday's highs and lows are important. Game plan right now, again, it depends where this overnight high is. If this overnight high is here or a little higher next to this little mess up here, right? It's a good risk reward short. Above the gap fill, you would be out, right? Now, again, it would be with higher value or overlap and higher value to start, but it's still a decent risk reward the way they front run these things. As far as a long, I'm not looking for a long right now. There's too much downside with no real anything to lean on. Yes, we're right above value high. I guess you could take one against value high. Excuse me. But that's really not much to lean on. So any acceptance back into value, you could go down to the 8 wide POC. So looking for a long right now, just not in the cards right now for me. Now in the next 70 minutes, if we gap higher, well then not only could you use the gap as a long and use that as an out, you could also use then if it pushes back and use value high at that point, especially if we got the overnight high. And then on the chart, I think it's allergies, which I never really had. So look at a weekly. Again, I've talked about this, but it's very important. SPY is one time framing up for 9 weeks. ES is in balance again. This is the 3rd time ES has done it. They did it this week. They did it this week where they took out previous lows where SPY did not. But they always came out of balance back bull. Well, there's a chance again by tomorrow's close to have an outside week up or down. And the daily, firmly, to me, a large 10-day balance. Good luck trading today. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel. And we'll recap at 4 p.m.